What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid-trance. And we're back with a tune from one of my favorite artists. We're talking Nostrum, Bernd Augustinski, son of actor Pierre Augustinski. But yeah, ultimately one of the real players of 90s acid-trance, known most famously for his tunes on Time Unlimited, though he did release tracks on other labels, including a brilliant release as Nostradamus on Noom Records in the UK. Especially the sort of title track called Injection. But we're going to listen to a tune called Dating Rob. Now this originally was released on an EP from Time Unlimited, a German hard/acid-trance label. In 1994, it was called the Bluefish number 2 EP, or Bluefish EP number 2. They're tunes by a few different artists, which are all kind of like, you know, different configurations of like the same sort of 3 or 4 people. But all of the tunes are called Dating Rob. So like there's 4 tracks on that record, all by like, one is by Nostrum, one is by like Vortex, which is this guy Zimmerman mixed with Joachim Kiel, who incidentally was involved in starting Noom, Time Unlimited, Voodoo, and I forget what other label, but like 4 like notable like hard trance like classic labels. So shout out to Joachim Kiel. But yeah, every track on the vinyl is called Dating Rob. So I don't know who Rob is or why people are dating him or want to date him. But yeah, it seems to be this weird theme on that original record. Now this release is called Time Unlimited, I think it's 50. I think it was just called Time Unlimited 50. It's obviously a picture disc. You know, you got your Time Unlimited clock, and obviously it's a colored vinyl. But this came out, I want to say like 1998. I'm not entirely certain. Give me one moment. Yeah, so Dating Rob. Yeah, the original, okay, so it's Bluefish EP number 2. And the version I have, yeah, it's called 50, this picture disc, and it's from 1996. Now, I got this vinyl for a different track, which I've already reacted to, although I think I reacted to it like, I think it's one of my old videos, meaning a video from my old channel, which is to say maybe I'm going to redo it at some point, but there's a track on the other side called Exemption by Gainforce, remixed by Mandala. Mandala Nexus 6 is another name they've used, but we're talking, you know, 2 of the most famous people in electronic, like hard trance specifically, one of whom, Tom Weyer, Commander Tom, recently passed away, R.I.P. But yeah, once I got this record, I heard Nostrum's Dating Rob, and I was like, damn, you know, for not even knowing this tune was on there, this is a major pickup. So yeah, let's get it. This is Nostrum Dating Rob, originally from 1994, but here heard on a 1996 like special picture disc commemorating the 50th Time Unlimited release. And picture discs, you know, they tend to get surface noise a little more easily than black vinyl, I've noticed. So bear with me. What are you looking at? Are you looking at the record? Very nice. Little Nostrum melody is just going to walk its way into the tune. You can tell it's going to be fast though. Melodic acid trance. Few people use the acid box itself to make the melody as much as Nostrum. This is just hard trance, but with retrospective ears, it almost sounds like trancecore. We got an acid section coming. I like the rhythm of that hat. Can't hear it worming its way into the tune. Full gurgle mode. Kind of like a rapid, rhythmic, almost cowbell sort of sound. Couple tunes where he has these sort of vibes. It makes me think of the end a little bit, which was one of the when I suddenly realized my old channel I was going to lose access to it. I had just shot a bunch of videos, but I was like just deleting the videos because I never thought, what would I need to hang on to the videos for? I put them on YouTube. There were like 10 videos that I had made and I hadn't deleted yet, and they were like, hey, you gotta go to a new channel. So the end is one of the first ones I uploaded to this channel. It's like one of the first videos. And it's because I just had it from my old channel still on my computer. It's not one of his more epic tunes. He has other tunes that like are much more like epic and stand out and sort of legendary. This is like, it's a groove. It's got melody, it's got some emotion, but it's not like compare this to Baby. Like Baby is just, it's like a bigger tune. Even though I think this is a fantastic track, to be clear. The acid and the like old school kind of vocal synth like doubling. And then it just falls apart. Yeah, it's a fantastic tune, don't get me wrong. But Nostrum has such a high standard and he has so many amazing tracks that like when I hear that, my thought is that like, yeah, it's cool, but I would actually use it to like set up a bigger Nostrum track. I would mix like that into Baby or maybe Polaris or one of the other ones that I hold like in a slightly higher, like at least in terms of epic quality. Again, I think there's nothing wrong with that tune, like sonically. I enjoy all the elements. There's just some other tunes by him where it's like my brain gets a little more overwhelmed, and again, I think Baby would be a great example. So yeah, let me know what you think of that one. Again, the tune on the other side, Gain Force Exemption, the Mandala remix, I did react to that already. I may come back and redo it because I feel like, again, several of the reactions that came from my old channel that I ended up uploading here, which again, it was basically just that first batch. I think there were actually a few others now that I remember. because I was able to like download some before I like closed out my old channel, or before I like exited it for the last time. But the point is, I've learned a lot in the last year of doing videos, and so I feel like some of the ones that I did early on, which, I'd been doing them for like a month and a half before my old channel closed. So yeah, I may come back and redo that one, because it's one of the tunes that like really made me like increasingly interested in acid trance. It was on a compilation called Acid-Trance Core. I want to say it's like 97. So yeah, when I heard that, I was like, oh my god. And eventually, I realized like, oh, of course, it's from, the same people who are doing tracks on Noom, and under some different names and so on. But yeah, let me know what you think of this one. Shout out to Nostrum. Big ups to Tassos. I talked to him about a lot of tracks. He had mentioned this one, and it was sort of like stuck in my mind that was one I wanted to react to soon. So yeah, shout out to him. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.